What is up, everyone? Neely here with WPJumpstart.pro, where we're all about helping the web designer become more efficient to get more time out of their day. And today we're talking about free templates for Elementor to really speed up that workflow. Let's check it out. All right, so we're talking about free templates for Elementor and Elementor Pro. Doesn't matter what you use, these templates will still apply. But before we get into the templates themselves, let's talk about why using templates, even as a web designer, is so important. So the first reason to really use one of these templates is not every client is going to have the budget for a fully custom site. So you don't want to be spending a ton of time when it just doesn't make sense to, right? And now it's kind of the same thing. Like if we were to go ahead and go with a standard WordPress template and import the demo content, same principle there. Your client is getting a professionally done site and you're just skipping a few steps to make it happen. They're still going to get that awesome looking website at the end of the day. And it made your life a little bit easier having that jumpstart point to go from. Also, it helps get the creative juices going. Sometimes I like using templates as essentially a wireframe for how the website's going to look. Now, even if the template is for maybe a tattoo artist and has nothing to do with my client, but if I like the flow and how it looks, I'll use that as my framework and then modify it as I go and fit that client's needs. So if they're a dentist's office, I'll obviously remove anything that references tattoos and replace it with a content that makes sense for them. But it's really about me liking the whole flow and design of the website. So that template, again, helps expedite your process for those clients that don't have the budget for a fully custom site. Makes your life a little bit easier, and it can use it really as a framework. So let's jump into the templates themselves. Let me just minimize myself here and get going. The first method for getting free templates for Elementor is actually baked right inside of Elementor. Now, most of you probably know this, and that's awesome. If you do, you can go ahead and skip ahead. I've got timestamps in the description below. But for those of you that don't, let me take you through how to access that super quick. So you just go to the normal Elementor page builder and you'll be presented with a couple of options. Disregard this little green guy. That we'll get there later here. But what you're going to do is go ahead and click that add template option, this little gray icon here. Now, when you do that, you'll be presented with blocks, pages, and my templates. So pages allows you to import full-on pages for a website. Now, Elementor has committed, at least as of this published date of the video, to creating one template a month at the very least. So lots of cool stuff being added here. When you want to go ahead and choose any of these templates, you just go ahead and open it up. Let me just pick one I like. And you can just keep scrolling and scrolling and scrolling to kind of see all these. Some are marked pro if they have some of the pro features. If they're not a pro feature, you can just go ahead and install it. A lot of the ones that they're creating, at least recently with one template a month, are the pro only features. So yet another benefit to get that pro package there. But say I want this, all I do is go ahead and click insert. But if I want to see a little bit more, I can click that little magnifying glass. It opens up and I can see the entire page when my internet speed is not being dirt slow. If I like it, I just go ahead and click insert. It might take just a moment here. And then we have the template added right in with all of the content as it loads here. A really cool feature with Elementor too is the ability to add blocks. I like to think of this really as kind of like playing with Legos, right? Like we have this giant box of Legos and we could basically want to create whatever we want to. We're not looking at instructions. We're doing it our own way. And that's essentially what blocks are to me. They're little Lego blocks for a website. And now with the blocks, there's different categories like hero, about us, features, call to action, clients, FAQ, footers, header, all sorts of good stuff that you can insert with a website's design. They're going to be pretty basic as far as the design goes. Again, these are more of a framework, and you add your flair and content and any other text that you might need for your client here. But it's the same practice here. You mouse over it and then click insert to insert that bad boy right in. And then there you have it. We have our block right in, and I can continue to add different blocks if I want to, or modify any part of this on the website that might make sense. Like if I wanted to change the background, I can absolutely go ahead and do that. Again, the biggest things with these templates is that they're starting points. Don't get hung up on the content that is on the site, whether it's pertaining to an industry that has no relevance for you or your client. Really look at how it looks and flows and how that would look with your client, because you can modify every aspect of these templates however you want. Great, so that was the first way to add templates, just the built-in way inside of Elementor. The second way is using a plugin called Envato Elements. So Envato Elements is from Envato Theme Marketplace, or Envato Marketplace rather. They have tons of stuff to purchase, all sorts of creative stuff. They also have a pretty awesome subscription. It's like $14 a month, something like that. When you pay annually, you get a bunch of like free plugins, themes, video assets, audio, all sorts of awesome stuff. But with the free version of this plugin, you get access to a ton of free template kits. So you would just install this plugin as normal, either going through wordpress.org or directly in your WordPress dash and activate it. And now inside of the WordPress dash on the left-hand menu, you would go over to Elements and then mouse over Free Kits. And this is where you'll be able to kind of check out some of the kits available for you with your website. And now they have, as you can see from me creating this video, 151 template kits, including 2,383 free individual templates, which is ludicrous for being a free plugin to use with any site. Now they have premium versions here. They'll be under template kits if you pay for the license like I do. But for the most part, these free kits are killer. So you can do the kind of the same thing here, kind of scroll through, see which ones make sense for you. Let me go to page 6 at random and kind of see what works best for you and your client as far as the flow. Again, don't get hung up on what industry it's in. Yes, it's nice if it's the same industry, but if you really like this for a photography site, even though it says wedding planner, run with it and just update the content as needed. When you see a kit that you like, you would go ahead and choose Install Kit. That'll take a few moments there to actually install, depending on your website, and you can go from there. Now, to actually install those templates onto your website, it's going to be kind of the same practice here. So let me jump over to the website editor inside of Elementor, this temporary page that I've created. And that's where this green little icon comes into play. So by default, if you don't have this plugin, you won't have this green icon. When you do and you've set it up, you will. So you click that green icon, you can see the install kits that you have available. You could also go and kind of search the premium kits as well and install it there. But when you're all said and done, you would just click on View Installed Kit and kind of go through the different options that you like. Again, kind of look at what makes sense for the page that you're making. I have Home 1, Home 2, Home 3, Home 4 Pro. They definitely call out if certain templates have Pro features. More likely it's like the contact form on the actual website that is being used. But say I just want this first template, it'll just go through and start importing it, and then it'll be ready to go on your actual website. So we'll let this import here. And then we have our template installed. We can kind of go through and check out all the different points as my computer starts to slowly load them. But we have that template added to our website, and then it's really up to us to design it and customize it to our client. We have our framework again. If we like the template, you fall in love with how it looks, then adjust it to match your client. So if they are a life coach, obviously you're gonna change this picture to be one of them and add some other content here that makes sense. But that's how you add those free templates. And I highly recommend checking out Envato Elements. It's probably the only one I use outside of the default standard Elementor templates here. But as we can kind of see as well, Envato Elements has free blocks as well. So we have the Legos to add on to our other pre-built Legos inside of Elementor. If you really want to kind of go nuts and just add different content as you kind of go through, and really make this masterpiece your own versus going from a default template, check out some of the blocks, build your Legos. So if we want an about section here, we can do the same thing, kind of scroll through, see what we like, see what we don't like, and then we would just choose insert template. It'll do the same thing, import, takes just a few moments, and then we can go ahead and start using it and customizing it to our liking. And then cool, we've got our little block here that I've added, and I can modify the video, update the text, change the font, change the background, change the colors, do whatever I want to it, because again, I'm just using templates. Perfect. Now the third way to get some free templates for Elementor is to actually use a theme. So Astra is a super popular theme when it comes to Elementor. I've used it quite a bit with different websites I've created. I'll either use Astra or the default Hello theme for Elementor, but they've got a bunch of pretty awesome starter kits. Some are only available in their premium offering if you pay for their premium theme. They do have a free theme available, but there's a ton of different ones you can choose from. So anything that's not marked with agency, you have the ability to import directly into your website. And all you need to do is install the theme itself, and there is a import demo option available. But we can see here there are some of them, again, agency, that I'll have to pay for the premium theme, but things like this Brandstorm, which is pretty awesome when it comes to WooCommerce enabled websites. You can get this entire template for your client absolutely free. All you need to do is install the theme, and it is free as well. The fourth and final way for getting templates for Elementor is through a site called Launch Party. So Launch Party has a bunch of different resources when it comes to websites. This one has different page templates that we can import. These are going to be pretty basic as far as design goes. These are going to be great for really the framework of a website, if you will. So the content on here can be modified and updated. It's pretty plain because that's how different mockups and frameworks are created. It's to basically be customized to your client's liking. So if you want something a little bit more plain, just need something more for the layouts itself, this is definitely the way to go. They have not only these pages, but they also have different blocks as well. They're calling it different section previews. I call them Lego blocks, they call them sections. You can call it whatever you want at the end of the day, but it definitely helps you expedite your build process using a lot of these sections, Legos, whatever you want to call it. Now, I sincerely hope this helps you with your web design business here. If you got any value out of this, if you really like this and want to see more, go ahead and smash that like button. Drop a comment below if there are any resources that you think the other jump starters in our community need to know about, and make sure you subscribe to this channel so you get these videos first. My name is Neely with WPJumpstart.pro, and I will see you next time.